get chasing, baby, no matter where I go.
It's been a little while since I've recorded a video like this, and to be honest with you, you kind of get in your head a little bit. I think sometimes when it comes to like content, whether it's for team members or for social media, whatever, we tend to overthink. And we tend to just allow ourselves to go through the process of analyzing everything instead of just going for it. And I feel like when I did these a lot more often, I didn't think about it very much. I saw something and I talked about it. And I feel like my mind tends to work in pictures, and I see things in pictures, and sometimes those pictures help me and hopefully help others to maybe make just a little shift in their head when it comes to how they approach life, in this case coaching, but really whatever it is that you're doing. um, I think that there's been a lot of me that has lived a significant portion of my life defensively. And instead of approaching life like something to be chased after or tackled or accomplished, I have lived life in so many ways trying to protect, trying to defend, and really seeing things through the eyes of scarcity and not through the eyes of abundance or through the eyes of adventure. Um, I'm reading this book right now, and for those of you that are watching this instead of listening, maybe I'll throw this up on a podcast too. Um, it's called Daring Greatly. It's by Brene Brown, and I'm really enjoying it and allowing myself to get into a position of uh, daring greatly. And I was thinking about this, and I saw something today that really jumped out at me that helped me a lot. And I was recently at an arcade with my youngest daughter, Sadie. And Sadie is a couple of things. One, she is wild, she is untamed, she is determined, she is focused. If she sets her mind at something, whatever that thing that she is chasing after truly does not have a chance. Like, she is one of the fiercest, most competitive people that I have ever met. Um, and she, when she goes to these claw machines or goes to these arcades, likes these claw machines. Like sometimes you can win like tickets or tokens for like the little prize thing that they have, or sometimes you can win like merchandise, or sometimes there's candy, sometimes there's like objects that you're trying to get, and you got this like claw machine, and you're trying to maneuver the claw machine so that it goes where you want it to go, and then it opens, and then it drops down, and almost always like you feel like it's right there, like you're gonna grab that thing that you're going after, and it at the last second will like slip out of the claw, come back to where it started and open, and there's nothing there. And people spend so much money, and maybe if you have kids, you have kids that have poured tens of tens of tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, just a lot of money at these claw machines, and they get you so frustrated because you feel like you're so close. And there's usually one or two prizes in this machine that are like grand prizes, and they put them in locations that like are almost impossible to get to. Um, and this specific claw machine had rubber ducks, like the ducks that you put in a baby's bath that they play with, a little toy rubber duck. And Sadie had her eyes set on a silver duck, right? And there was two of them. There's hundreds of these little ducks in this thing. There was two silver ones. And she had her eyes set that she was going to go after a silver duck. So she gets the little, most of these things don't have like coins. They have like these cards that you swipe, and it's like 50 cents a swipe, a dollar, $2, $3, whatever. Has this card, she keeps swiping this machine. And she's picking up some ducks. Like I got them right here for those of you that are watching. First thing she like misses, and then she gets this little blue one. And she likes it because anytime you make the claw grab anything, you're a fan, right? So she gets this blue one, And then she was like, oh, I'm going to do it again. Does it again. And I think she probably did this maybe 15, 20, 30 times. Did it again. Gets a yellow one. I'd say it's a duck, but it's not the duck she wanted. My next one, and this one was cool because this one was a purple duck. Now, there were more purple ducks than silver ducks, but there was less of the purple ones than there were of the yellow ones. So this was still a little bit on the rare side. And purple just so happens to be her favorite color. So she was a big fan of that. And she kept going. And man, another 1 cent duck, like a little bitty blue duck that, there was so many of them. Like, I think people got more blue ducks than not get anything at all, which is pretty inspiring. Like, it helps because like some of these kids, like, they don't care. Like, they probably didn't have the determination like Sadie. They just wanted a duck. They didn't really care what color it was. They just knew they wanted one. So she kept going. And then again, she got another one she hadn't got before. She got a red one. Right. And at that time, like, her card had like $2 on it. And I was like, Sadie, I cannot keep putting money into this machine that at some point, I mean, you got 5 flipping ducks here. Like, that's a lot. Like, I don't know how many rubber ducks you need, but you got 5 of them. And you got $2 left on your card. And so she was just like, I'm going to get it. 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 Last thing, down to like 50 cents on her card, puts that claw down and gets a silver duck. And I have seen her excited about things. I have bought her things. Like, she has an iPhone. I've bought her expensive things. I don't know if I've ever seen her more excited about something than she was about this silver duck that probably cost less than a penny. Even though it probably cost $20 to $30 at least in arcade points to get this thing. But the point was, like, it like meant a lot to her because she set her mind to something. She dared, and she was like, I am going to do this. People are not going to tell me that I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I think there was some urgency that set in, right? Because she knew that she only had a couple dollars left. She knew that she had to do it. She was focused. And what's crazy is at this time, like, there's this crowd of people that are surrounding this penny claw machine at an arcade where people are getting ducks out of a machine because they saw her. And Sadie gets to be a little bit dramatic. And she was like almost there. And like, there was a couple times where she picked up the silver duck and it dropped it, but she kept going. And I think that's such an inspiring thing because sometimes when it is like, whether you're in the health and wellness space or coaching or any of those kind of things where you are trying to find high caliber, high successful, highly competent, big influencer, silver ducks, I can promise you that whether it's a real estate deal or a coaching client or anything else that you're trying to find, that there's going to be way less silver ducks in that tank that you're fishing for than there are yellow ones. There's a lot of these, right? There's a lot of the yellow ones. There's a couple of these. And what I know is, there's so much talk, and I get this, and I've been a part of this talk where you look at like the pond that you're fishing in, whether it's social media or just the world, and you're just like, you start to question, are there even any silver ducks left swimming around? Like, are they even there? Are they still out there? Are they still in existence? Are they still swimming? Are they still there? And the answer is yes, they're still there. It very well could be that they're harder to find. It very well may be that there are some yellow ducks and purple ducks and blue ducks and red ducks that are buried on top of those silver ones. And the only way that you will ever know if you can get one of these silver ducks is if you pick up a lot of blue ones and yellow ones and purple ones in the process. I heard somebody talk about this once, and he's a pastor, and he was talking about ducks. And this is what made me think of this when I saw this, saw these ducks. His name is Matt Keller, and I just wanted to give credit because I'm not, I didn't come up with that concept, but it just refreshed me when and he was talking about it at the fair game, the little ducks that swam around that pond, and like the ducks had different prizes on them. And I just thought of this in terms of colors, but because of the silver one and what it represented. But I'm telling you, whatever it is that you want, you can find it, you can have it, but it's going to come when you dare greatly. I know, and I have in the past been guilty of telling myself that I wanted the silver duck, trying one time, not getting it, not getting any ducks at all. Like I'm seeing people get like yellow ones aplenty. And here's what I know is the only way to get silver ones is to get a whole lot of yellow ones first, right? But I've been in times and seasons in my life where I'm not even getting yellow ones, right? It's like time after time where the claw is going down and trying to pick up a duck and coming up empty every time. It's getting the yellow one and dropping it, and it's getting a blue one and it's dropping it, and it's got like it becomes so aggravating and so frustrating sometimes to look around and see other people having the success that you have told yourself you wanted, and yet there's been other times in my life where I've tried one time. I even got to the place where I went to the machine, and this is all symbolic, but like it's like you go and you get this idea, I want a silver duck, and then you go to the place where you reload credits on your card, and before you even put your credit card machine, you're talking yourself out of it, and you're telling yourself it's not worth it, I can't get the silver duck, there's no way I'm going to do it, it's rigged, the system is rigged, and you begin filling your mind with all these things, telling yourself how you can't do it, that you lived like that. And then there's a person you dare greatly, and you say to yourself, I don't care how many times I have to refill this card. I don't care how many times the claw has to drop. I don't care how many times I come up empty. I don't care how many times I get yellow ones. I don't care how many times I get blue ones, but I do know that if I have a pond in my life that is filled with yellow ducks and blue ducks, that I am going to have a lot more success than I would have had if I talked myself out of getting credits altogether. And I know this might seem like a foolish concept, but guys, I'm telling you, that was something that really helped me a lot, to really just say, hey, you know what? I am going to dare. I'm gonna dare greatly. I'm gonna go after the silver duck. And you know what? It might take some tries, and it might take some refilling of some cards, and it might take falling on my face. It might take getting laughed at. It might take people standing around and watching and looking at how many times the claw comes up empty. It might take some yellow ones and purple ones and blue ones and red ones. But I'm going to get that silver duck. And I'm going to get it. And when I do, I'm going to enjoy it. And then I'm coming after the other one in that cage too. I'm coming after them. And I just wanted to leave that with you today. Thanks for listening. See you again next time.
See no more fears or moved by peers. I dry my tears, 'cause I